Good evening, guys, and welcome to Are You CIOR or CIOR, or I don't even know how to pronounce it in English because it's invented. Yay! As the topic of the call is about inventions. So tonight we'll be using access consciousness tools. I've said it correctly, and for those who don't know access properly or are wondering what's the clearing statement, you will have all the information in the email afterwards, in the follow-up. My name is Bianca Kirnoaga. I'm an access consciousness facilitator, and I currently live in Italy. And I've been using these amazing tools for over 9 years now, and my life is truly empowered by them, and I'm having so much fun playing and facilitating and empowering people with them. So I'm so happy you joined tonight, and let's start to play. So if you could have anything you could possibly imagine, what would you choose for tonight? What would you ask for? If everything was possible and nothing was impossible. Okay, let's give the space for the energy of the question to come up, and let's play. Doesn't matter if it's a cognitive answer or just an awareness. It will come up and it will show up during the call. So, are you CIOR? CIOR. Well, the topic of the call started when I realized, after a question I've asked Gary, I asked him several things about my business and how to grow my business and add more to my life, and even money, why not? And what showed up was, when I asked the question, I didn't even understand what he said. Like, he was talking to me, like, for me it was Chinese at that moment. He was like delivering so much energy to me that I was like, whoa, if someone would have asked me to translate what he said in those moments, I would have said, no way, that's no English, man, that's no English. So I was fried just by the very first words he said. And that was interesting because it never happened to me. That was my very first question asked to Gary. And I really listened to this class. It was a 2 days class with him. I really listened to this class, and what he told me that in those days, that in that specific question, and he said, my darling, you are fucking inventing everything. Like, you are creating so many inventions to stop yourself that you just live by them. I mean, there's anything anything more about that. It's just inventions. So I was like, whoa. And this topic is still somewhere present in my universe. And I was like, oh, what's the best way to facilitate myself even? It's through a call. So maybe this topic has some charge for you too if you're in the call. So hey, how does it get any better? And I'm so happy to play together and to have more clarity about this topic. So I start with a question. What energy, space, and consciousness can we be to have total clarity and ease with everything that comes up for all eternity? And everything that doesn't allow that, can we please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. of course, you are welcome, very welcome to ask questions, to even interrupt. The questions create more possibility, and the questions take us towards what is required for us in this call. So, let's see. What comes up for you when we speak about inventions? What is an invention for you? And everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And wherever you have misapplied and misinterpreted and misapplied inventions as something that's not, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Regarding in access consciousness, invention, it's something that somewhere you bought and you basically created and you have been told. So the questions will be able to unlock and to have clear wherever you have bought something and wherever you've made yours something that's not. So about the question, so what's an invention for you, and what would it take for you to have clear wherever you have used inventions to create your life? And yeah, what would it take for you to be clear wherever you have used inventions to create your life? And everything that doesn't allow you to have clear and have total ease with that, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, for the poco, nine shorts, boys and beyond. Basically, every point of view, every fictitious point of view, and every point of view that doesn't come from consciousness is basically an invention. So the most part of this reality is basically an invention. And we align and agree, we resist and react to this fucking, sorry for the word, but it's required, fucking, to this fucking reality, which basically it's an invention. So wherever you have used inventions to justify your choices, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And whatever we align and agree, resist or react, we make it solid and we make it even more part of our reality. And wherever you have done that, wherever you have learned that, wherever you have made that real, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. What's beyond an invention? And everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. If you saw your reality right now, could you point a percentage of how much is an invention and how much is based on what is real? More or less? How much of your life currently is based on inventions? More than 10%? Less than 10%? More than 20%? Less than 20%? more than 50%, less than 50%. And whatever number came up, look at it, acknowledge it, and let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what would it take for this number to change dynamically? For this percentage to change dynamically? What would it take and what would be required for you to step up and see what is really? And live by what is real, what works for you, what contributes to you, and not anymore on by inventions. And everything that doesn't allow you to live like that, can you please destroy and create like that? Can you please destroy and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all night shorts, boys and beyond. What? And it's basically how we have lived by inventions. You could say, okay, actually inventions, what's that? I mean, I'm living by what I'm seeing in this world and what I've been taught and what I've seen from my family, from my environment, from my people. I have like everything I see is real. And actually, well, you just have to see, is it light for me, what I'm seeing, what I'm seeing the world as? Or is there something else? Is there a lie somewhere? Is it an invention? Or what else? And ask every time, okay, what would it take for me to have more clarity here? What would it take for me to have more ease with that? And what's beyond what I'm currently seeing? Is there something else I'm not seeing and perceiving, actually perceiving, receiving, knowing, and being here? Is there something I'm not being here? If I would be living from consciousness right now, what I would be perceiving, knowing, being, and receiving? If I was aware of everything that's happening right now, everything that is right now, what would I be receiving, perceiving, knowing, being, and being? And everything that comes up, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right or wrong, on the bad, pot and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And wherever you're saying, oh, I'm not perceiving anything right now, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And really, guys, reality gets created by your point of view. And this reality doesn't create your point of view. Your point of view creates this reality. So if the most part of your reality is created by points of view, which are not real, so there are inventions. I wonder what else is possible, and what else could you choose starting from right now? Could you choose right now that can change everything? That can change the situation. You say that it's kind of hard to change the relationships that don't work so much, the kind of job you are having right now and that you don't like really. What would it be possible if you would be living by consciousness, by what you perceive, know, be, and receive, and not anymore by inventions? And how could you live out of inventions? What would be required for you to live out of inventions? So the question is, it could came up to our minds like, why would I choose to live by inventions? What's the value in them? Well, everything we choose, it's whether we like it so much, whether we see a value in it. Probably it gives you something back. So wherever you have bought that inventions can contribute to you, could you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. What definitions have you bought about yourself through inventions? Whew, and everything that is, can we please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. What have you defined of you through inventions? And what inventions are you using to create the definitions of you are you choosing? And everything that is, can we please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So with inventions, if we see what's the value in creating or living by inventions? Mostly in my reality, I've noticed, in my life or reality, I've noticed that I've been using inventions to limit myself and to make myself mediocre. Basically, to make myself equal to everybody and the same as everybody and everyone else. So that for me was kind of, okay, I'm using inventions in order to be like everyone else. And that was something constant in my reality before Access. I wanted to align and agree with others, to be part of something, part of a group, part of a community. And that was basically my focus. I want to be like them. I want to be with them. I want to be part of something. So trying so hard to be like someone else, I've started to invent things about myself, things that weren't real or true, but kinda were taking me closer to what I would have loved to be as. So whatever that is, and wherever this happened is in a way or another in your reality, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about inventions that stop you from choosing consciousness and create your life? And create your life. And everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What have you made so vital, valuable, and real about inventions that stop you from creating the life you'd like to have, you'd like to create, and you'd like to have as your reality? And everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, guys, questions. Otherwise, I don't speak anymore. About what we've talked until now, or even just a question from your universe about this topic and what came up, simply as that. Oh, you are inventing that you don't have questions. Huh. Wherever you're inventing, you cannot ask questions, you don't know how to ask questions, you don't have anything in, it doesn't, nothing come up. Can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right or wrong, good and bad, pot and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And I remind you that there aren't stupid questions, just stupid people who don't ask questions. Yay! Not a judgment of that, okay? No judgment attached. I was one of those people who didn't ask questions. So I was like, at first, when I heard this sentence, I was like, oh my gosh, so I'm stupid or what? So eventually I started asking questions because I didn't want to be stupid. Actually stupid because if you don't ask questions, well, the worst thing, it's just that you stay as you are. Questions allow you to explore more possibilities and more energies, and allow you to drop down and to eliminate layers of solidity, or of whatever you have created that doesn't work for you, and stop you from actually create what you'd like to have as your reality, and what would you like to be. So everything that stops you from being and live as the question, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And what inventions are you using to stop the question in your universe are you choosing? And everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Woo, right or wrong, good and bad, pot and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. What inventions are you using to stop, limit, destroy your reality and your universe are you choosing? Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what if you could invite more consciousness in your world? Inventions, solidity, as judgments, as fixed points of view, or fixed lies, fixed realities, dissolve in the face of consciousness and in the face of question. Questions interrupt whatever is false, unreal, invented, and invented. It gets dissolved and expelled from the universe through a question. And what gift can you be with the question you ask, with the question you be to consciousness? What if by simply asking a question, you could open possibilities that have never existed before? And you open them to the whole universe, not just to you and your reality. What if this could be an invitation for you to step up and to explore as much you could explore to the maximum? And whatever doesn't allow you to be that, to be the question and live in as the question, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And this connected to inventions. What questions could you ask to acknowledge where you're living by inventions, and where you're buying inventions to limit yourself, to making yourself mediocre? Whatever doesn't work in your universe and doesn't function as you'd like, maybe it's something there that waits for you to ask some questions. And questions will open up more clarity and more ease and you would be able to see what's hidden behind that. And inventions could be seen as lies. Lies could be as lies we're telling ourselves. So let's say I'm inventing that my life doesn't work and I'm terrible at, or that my job is awful. So my job is awful, my reality is awful, my relationship is creepy. So, okay, that's lies and inventions together. They're very connected to themselves. So, everything that is, can we please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. What energy, space, and consciousness can you be to eliminate and eradicate all fixed points of views, all fixed realities, fixed lies, fixed thoughts, feelings, and emotions that stop you from creating the life and living you'd like to create? With total ease for all eternity. So, what energy, space, and consciousness can you be to eliminate, dissipate, and eradicate all fixed points of views, fixed judgments, fixed thoughts, feelings, and emotions, fixed lies, and fixed realities that stop you from creating the life and living you'd like to have and be with total ease for all eternity? And everything that doesn't allow you that, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. And there is something that there. And what inventions are you using to create the dominance of lack, limitations, judgments, and fixed points of view in your life are you choosing? So what inventions are you using to create the dominance of fixed points of views, lies, inventions, and judgments to create your life are you choosing? And everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. And what else is possible here? Oh, you naughty guys, you don't ask questions. Okay, I get it. You like your inventions. You just step a little bit in the call to say, oh yeah, I want to see more, about inventions, but I don't really want to step out inventions and see what else is possible. No. Okay, that's good. That's good. And actually, inventions are basically what we create to control ourselves. And control itself is an invention because you cannot control an infinite being. Or do you? Or can you? As an infinite being, could you be controlled? Would you have limits and limitations? Would you be mediocre? would something be impossible for an infinite being? Truth? Or is it just an invention? Would an infinite being have problems? Have problems? Would an infinite being have issues? Would an infinite being have judgment or fixed points of views? Or is just the invention you're using to create the limited kind of life you're choosing? And everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So again, whatever you're choosing as inventions or judgments or all kinds of situations is because or you like them, or it gives some value, or it contributes to you somehow, or you bought that it could contribute to you somehow. So everything you have bought into, you have taken, you have concluded and made yours, that it's not, that stops you from whatever you'd like to choose. Can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Would you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So what is it that it's so valuable and so vital and so important to you with these inventions that actually stops you from being everything you are and everything you'd like to have or be? What is it that has more value and is more valuable than being you and having access to everything you are and be and you could possibly have? And everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And what if you could just choose something different? What if you could allow yourself to choose something different based on the consciousness you have, the consciousness you be, the infinite being you are and you be, which is way beyond whatever this reality has taught you, has showed you, has explained to you? What could you create beyond that? And it doesn't even matter like, oh, this reality is wrong. No, this reality, it's not wrong. It works for so many people. I mean, it doesn't work so well, but still, people are choosing it. We have created it and contribute to it in somehow. But the value of you now is like, okay, I'm aware that this reality has been created and I invented it and I created points of views around that and that made it real for so many people. What else can I choose now? What else could I choose to create something different, to be something different, to bring a different possibility and different possibilities to the world? Possibilities that haven't been possible before. What if by your own choice, by you choosing something different, you could invite something that has never been possible before? So what if you could value the difference you are, the incredible walking, talking amazingness you are, and don't stop yourself anymore by buying inventions or lies or whatever thing it's stopping you. And it's not even, you don't even have to pod it so much, actually. You just have to choose it. And still, whatever doesn't allow you to choose it, well, just choose it. But whatever stops you from choosing it, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right or wrong, good or bad, pod and Paul, call 9 shorts, boys and beyond. Questions, guys. Do you have questions? The cat has eaten your tongue. Where is the cat? Let me find it. Well, maybe those who will be listening this call afterwards will have more questions than you. I hope so. Father Paul called that. What else is possible with this call? And really, what energy, space, and consciousness can you be to be completely out of control, out of form, structure, significance, out of linearity, out of concentricities, out of inventions, out of problems, out of outcome, out of projections, expectations, judgments, rejections, out of separations for all eternity with total ease. And everything that doesn't allow you that, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, Paul and Paul, call 9 shirts, boys and beyond. And what if by us choosing something different and choosing to not be mediocre anymore, we could be a much more invitation to change, to people to step up, to consciousness to be more present in our universe and in our reality? What if? Just what if? What would that create? What would you create if you wouldn't buy any more into invention? And what if you would not corrupt yourself with inventions anymore and stop being pathetic based on inventions? How many inventions are you using? What inventions are you using to create you as pathetic you're choosing? And everything that is, and wherever you have done that, well, I know I've done that. Maybe you too. I don't know. Sometimes, maybe at a certain point. Everything that is, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and Paul, call 9 shorts, boys and beyond. And this is a clearing you can use for everything. Like, what inventions am I using to create the lack of money am I choosing? What inventions am I using to create the comfortable distance am I choosing? What inventions am I using to create the problems I'm choosing? And everything that is, and wherever I'm buying these inventions and creating them constantly in my universe, can we please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. So is there something else possible with this topic? And even The reason why I'm constantly asking if there are any questions is because spoken or unspoken, something comes up. So anyhow, great. I'm so grateful for what's showing up. Thank you so much. I was used to discount basic tools like the more you go forward in classes and calls, you get access to more advanced processes or advanced tools. You tend to discount the first ones you've met or the simple processes, where in actuality, actually, if you have seen the last processes or the last tools in Access or even the last manuals, they tend to get more straight and simpler. Like they're shorter, they're so straight, and they go directly to the point. So whatever tool you pick, and even you can create your own questions. So that's why I challenge you to create your own questions, to use like the formulas, as I told you, like what inventions am I using to create la la I'm choosing, or what energy, space, and consciousness can me and my body be to be out of control, out of limitation, and la la la. What if you could empower yourself with questions and don't rely on oh my gosh, I don't have questions. What other tools can I have access to that I haven't currently? Start by using the ones you have, and the ones you have will open the gates to something that can contribute to you more. So instead of looking for like, oh my gosh, where is the tool? Where is the tool? I need new tools. Okay, what tools? What tool? What question do I have available here that would allow me to access more awareness, to access more clarity and ease and joy in my life and in my reality? And actually, to the question, whatever question, even the question, what question can I ask here, will dissipate the fog you're living your life by. The fog, the non-clarity, the inventions, the lies. The question will open everything, will dissipate everything. And it will allow you to see clearer, to see deeper, and to actually put you in communion with everything that is. So what energy, space, and conscience can you be to live in and by the question for all eternity with total ease? And everything that doesn't allow you that, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Okay, guys, if there aren't any questions for now, I would say that's it for now. And I'm so happy you have joined. You have been such a contribution for this call right now, and for those who will listen in the future. And who knows, re-listening to this call the next few days, maybe something has changed, and I would love to have your feedback and whatever happens in your universe. And I'm having so much fun with these tools and with questions, even when I'm doing them for me, like, oh my gosh, it's open so much. So I invite you to play with these tools, and I have some telecalls with such amazing beings very soon in English, in end of October, middle of November, and middle of December. And I will keep you up with information. And who knows, would like to create something together, I would be happy and so glad to create with you and see what else is possible together and what different possibilities there are there and what else can we create. So that's it, guys. I adore you. I love you and looking forward to see you again. Mwah. I stopped the recording.